Hello everyone, today I want to do a little comparison of three cars that can be 6 or 7 seaters, which is really impressive. So if you have a big family, if you want to transport a lot of people and go on holidays and stuff like this, then watch this video. This video is brought to you by EV Supply, accessories for your EV. They support a lot of different brands: Volkswagen, Audi, Škoda, Cupra, Tesla and BMW. Use the link in the description below to get 10% on accessories. And they also have winter tires and rims, different designs and cheaper than at your car dealer. Use the other link to get free shipping within Germany and Austria and contact the support to get better conditions for shipping for the EU. EV Supply. There are more EVs available with space for more than 6 people, but I didn't test them. I tested the Kia EV9, the Volkswagen ID.Buzz long wheelbase and the Volvo EX90, and these 3 cars I want to compare a bit. Let's start with the prices, and excuse me that I have to read that off a bit. I cannot remember 2000 numbers, literally. The Kia EV9 starts at 63,000 euros, but that's with a small battery. Volkswagen ID.Buzz also with the small battery at 62,900 euros. The Volvo EX90, a bit of a smaller battery than the big one that they have, but 84,500 euros. When you max them out, so I really configured the cars online on the German configurated, and I put everything in that makes sense, so not weird things. I get for the Kia EV9 GT, the most powerful one, I get to 95,500 euros, the ID.Buzz to 92,600 euros, and the Volvo EX90 121,560 euros. Let's start with the battery sizes. The ID.Buzz has the smallest battery with only 86 kilowatt hours, the Kia EV9 96, and the Volvo EX90 102 kilowatt hours is the biggest battery. And also very important, the Volvo and the ID.Buzz have a 400 volt battery system. The Volvo gets updated right now to 800 volt. The EV9 from Kia has a 800 volt all the time. And you can see that very nicely with the charging. AC charging on all 3 cars 11 kilowatt, but DC charging peak on the Kia EV9 209 kilowatt, even though it's a 800 volt battery system. The ID.Buzz 205 kilowatt on 400 volt. And the Volvo EX90 will get 350 kilowatt, so really amazing. Will be very exciting to see that when it gets that power. The times charging 10 to 80% on the Kia EV9, a bit over 25 minutes. On the ID.Buzz also 25 minutes, but it's a smaller battery. The new battery of the Volvo, it should be around 18 minutes from 10 to 80%. Let's get to the motors. You can have the EV9 just with rear-wheel drive, 150 kilowatt. That's not a lot, but it goes up to the EV9 GT with 374 all-wheel drive power. That's really amazing. On the ID.Buzz, you can have rear-wheel drive with 210 kilowatt or all-wheel drive 250 kilowatt. The Volvo, you can have a rear-wheel drive 245 kilowatt or twin motor performance with 500 kilowatt, the most powerful in this lineup. WLTP range goes up in the Kia EV9 up to 563 kilometers, in the ID.Buzz 487, so 80 kilometers less, and in the Volvo EX90 to 620 kilometers WLTP. Acceleration in the best case of the Kia EV9 is 4.6 seconds, top speed 220. In the ID.Buzz 6.5 seconds, 160 kilometers an hour top speed, not very fast. The Volvo EX90 4.2 seconds in the twin motor performance, but the top speed is still limited to 180. Important is of course also how much can you tow. This is a holiday car for a lot of people, for a lot of suitcases and stuff, and maybe you have a caravan and something. In the EV9 you can tow a maximum of 900 kilos, in the ID.Buzz with the GTX 1200 kilos, but in the EX90 1500 kilos, which is really nice. Space I have here as well. The trunk space alone, so if you don't fold any seats down, we have 333 liters on the EV9, 306 liters on the ID.Buzz, and 696 on the EX90, but this is when the third row is down. If you put everything down, you get 2,293 liters in the EV9, which is amazing. Only 1,915 in the EX90, and in the Buzz 3,456. That's a lot of space. The EV9 and the Volvo both have a frunk with a bit of space for a charging cable, for example. The Volkswagen ID.Buzz does not have a frunk. Dimension, when it comes to length, the Volvo is the longest, then the EV9, the Buzz is the shortest. But when it comes to height, this is where the Buzz comes in with 1.937 meters, and then almost 20 centimeters down we have the Volvo EX90 and then the Kia EV9. Wheelbase is very similar, 3.1 meters in the EV9, 3.2 in the Buzz, and 2.9 in the Volvo EX90. When it comes to the width, they're very similar. Now we get to the more personal stuff. So, how can you interact with the car? Number one is the third row. In the EV9 and in the Volvo EX90, there are buttons that you press in the trunk, and then the rear seats electrically go down. And this is really nice. And up to. And in the Buzz, you have to pull a cord and then they fall down, and you can get them, but it's not as easy and simple as pressing a button then going away and the third row goes up. That's just very nice in the EV9 and in the Volvo. I like that a lot. The app, the Volkswagen app for the Buzz is okay. It's not very fast. When you send a command, hey, change the charge limit or preheat the car, it takes a bit till something happens. In the Volvo, the app is also not amazing. It's a bit faster, but there's not a lot of information in there. In the design, I wasn't very impressed. The app for Kia is really nice. You can even preheat the battery while the car is parked, which is really amazing. Not just the cabin, the others can't do that. And you see a lot of information even about your recent drives. I like the Kia app a lot. Get to the infotainment system. The Kia infotainment system, it's okay. I don't find it very amazing. You have in the beginning, you have 3 or 4 things you can see and tap if you want to see more information, but then the rest, it's a bit settings and stuff. I don't know, it's okay, but it's not amazing. You have most of your info you have in your cockpit, not so much in the infotainment screen. In the ID.Buzz, it's okay. You have in the cockpit, you have driving data, your speed assist system, and if you have navigation and stuff like this. But the things you see at once on the infotainment system in the Buzz is okay. You can see 4 or 5 things at the same time. Navigation, your music, state of charge, and your phone and stuff like this. In the Volvo, it's Android Automotive. It's a screen that's in portrait mode, not in landscape. The system is okay, it works pretty well. I had my problems with it when it comes to the software. It wasn't incredible. If it works, it's okay. Getting into the car, this is a big thing. In the EV9, you get in like in any SUV, it's no problem. Same with the Volvo EX90, it's nothing special. The Buzz, on the other hand, is a bit different because it's really high. It's almost as you're going into a truck. You have to need a step to get up, and when you're in, you feel a bit far away. That's why you have 2 armrests to put your arm on, because the door is a bit far away. So the whole car feels more like a truck when you drive and you're high up and everything, where the others feel more like a car. But if you want to sleep in the car, the EV9, if you want to sleep in there, is okay. The Volvo EX90 as well. The Buzz, of course, is gigantic. You can put a lot of stuff in there. You can, I'm pretty sure, build it in a way that you can have a kitchen in there and a couch and stuff like this. It's so much space, and the interior is also very high, so you can stand in there with no problem, where in the others you're crouched down like this because they're not very tall. And here you have 20 centimeters more. It's amazing for that. But then camp mode. So if you want to camp somewhere and leave the heat on or something, or the AC in the summer and just want to sleep in the car, the Volkswagen doesn't have that. So every 30 minutes it will turn off. You can turn it back on in the car or leave the car on, but then you have to simulate that someone is sitting in the car and then the cockpit and the display is on. Where in the EV9 we have utility mode, and in the Volvo EX90 we have a camp mode where you can leave the heat on or AC for many hours, which is just better. Battery heating in the winter when you drive and it's cold and you want good charging power. The EV9 has automatic battery heating, and you can also press the button that it manually heats it as well, which is cool. The same in the Volkswagen ID.Buzz, automatic or manual. The Volvo EX90 does it only automatic. There's no manual preheating. So I hope I could help you a bit. Of course, it's always a question how you're gonna use this car if you need so much space for 6 or 7 people, and where are you going, what you're doing with the car. That's very specific for everyone, but I hope I could give you a bit of info which car could be the one for you. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BetterLife1, and if you want to support the channel, you can do that here on YouTube via channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I have a third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.